Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Females Thriving Over 30 podcast. Today, I feel cozy again. I'm wearing a new pajamas. I got these pajamas.
Nice.
Don't know if you see these Bambi
Oh, they're
pajamas
nice.
that I saw on. I got in Tesco's.
Oh,
Very nice, very soft.
unexpected places.
Yeah, don't know if you can.
Yeah.
I was like, feel it. It's so soft.
You know what? I don't buy pajamas because I can't wear pajamas actually to sleep. Like I
Oh,
can't.
what do you wear?
Oh
Nothing?
no. Yeah, just everything wraps. Like, and I can feel. You know, if you turn and
Yeah,
then the
that is
fabric's like
close.
it gets
Yeah,
pulled tight. Oh, I can't
yeah.
stand it. I can't stand it.
So you sleep naked?
So just in underwear.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I have to be free. I have to be
Yeah.
free. I
I can
can't
do
have it
that like
all.
in the summer, but not in the winter.
Yeah, well, I know this is the downside, isn't it? For
Yeah.
my, I feel like I've just got used to not having. I
Yeah.
feel really trapped
I
in the
mean,
clothing,
freedom.
get
It's
wrapped in it.
freedom, like not wearing
It just means
anything.
I have to have the heating on all the time, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh well. It's what it is. But you can just get nice pajamas to be around the house and then
Yes,
remove
that's
them,
true.
you know.
I've started trying to buy like nice lounge wear
Nice. Me too.
outfits
Uh-huh.
so that then I can like wear them. I try and find something that I can wear that's really comfortable,
Yeah.
but then I can answer the door if somebody knocks on the
Oh
door.
yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
know, like I because on my days where I'm at home, if I'm working from home or if I
Mm-hmm.
have a day off and I'm at home, I
Yeah.
like to have something that if I have to pop out, I
Yeah.
can,
Yeah.
but I want to feel like I'm in my pajamas, you
Yeah.
know?
Nice. Good, good. Because
Yeah.
like sometimes I mean I work from home every day because I work remotely. But obviously there's like usually 1 or 2 days a week where I'm just doing like all my admin. I don't have meetings or anything, so I can just concentrate on the work. And some days, I don't really feel like getting dressed. So because I know
Mhm.
no one's gonna see me, I'm in
Yeah,
my
yeah.
pajamas all
Yeah.
day. But
Yeah.
obviously then the door rings
Yeah.
and I just like my pajamas, but then I have like my dressing gown on top.
Yes.
Like my head
Yeah.
is like this and like I
Yeah.
look like this. And I'm opening the door and I'm like, I'm literally the old lady with cats in The
Yeah.
Simpsons. Literally that woman opening the door.
Well, see, this is normally me because I literally just wear like my dress. I would wear like my dressing gown, my gel bottoms and stuff
Yeah.
when I'm at home. But then I started, especially like now, I guess I have to go out every single day.
Yeah.
I don't have days where I can't. I'm not going out at
Yeah.
all because I have to do drop off or pick up or whatever. So I
Yeah.
have to go out. And then there's this thing of like turning up at the school gates, and I feel like
Yeah.
I can't go in pajamas.
Mm.
But there has to be a middle ground. There has to be something I can
Yeah.
wear that's presentable, but it means I don't really have to get ready in the morning.
Mhm. Oh
Yeah.
well, let us know the brands that you've used because
Yeah.
it's always good for us. Maybe you can share them
Yes.
on our Instagram for people that might. And if
Yeah.
anybody listening has any good suggestions for loungewear
Mhm.
brands, let
Yes.
us know. Something that,
Yes.
also that is not too expensive, but that looks
Yeah.
comfy and looks good to be
Yes.
out.
You know what we need to start doing? I've wanted to do this for ages, but I haven't had like somewhere in my house that's the right place to do it. But I wanted to take daily outfit pictures, mainly for myself,
Mm-hmm.
because I
You
think it can
forced
help
it.
to look back on what you've worn and
Ah.
like be like, oh, I liked this outfit. I can wear. It's
Mm-hmm.
like almost like logging what you're wearing, but also so that I can share. And I think it would be nice
Yeah.
on the social media pages for us to
Yeah.
share things like that. But I'm just so bad at remembering. I wanted to take a picture of me in my new coat,
Oh yeah, I
and
said.
I
You
keep
put it.
trying to get a picture of me in my new coat, but the coat's so bloody long that I
Yeah.
can't. Like, I have to have a certain mirror where you can see the whole thing. There's not a mess. Like, luckily, because I'm selling my house, I've
Yeah.
like gutted the house, and now I think I could probably make a little area in here.
Yeah. Oh,
So that can be my New Year's resolution.
the photo op, how did it go? Did you
Oh
get them
my
all done?
god. I like gutted the whole house, cleaned the whole house. I put boxes of stuff in my car. I was like just
Ah.
trying to get as much, like just trying to
Yeah.
make it as,
Just
as
moving the mess.
I was just like, look, it just needs to look as empty as possible so someone can envision themselves their own stuff.
Yeah.
Like they feel like when there's too much stuff of other
Mhm.
people's, it's like doesn't let you
Yeah.
envision yourself in the
Mhm.
place. So I did as much as I could. We'll see. The
Yeah.
listing isn't up yet, so I'll
I don't
send
know.
it to you once it's
Yeah,
on.
yeah. I mean, you can always like What I do usually in the house is not you see the photos and stuff, you kinda, like, see, but what I really like to see is just the floor plans. That's where I would
Yeah.
envision where
Yeah,
everything
me
goes.
too.
Yeah.
Me too. All I care about I like to, like, look through the pictures to get a rough idea,
Yeah.
but I don't really care what it looks
Mm.
like because it's someone else's taste, someone
Yeah.
else's house. I always look at the floor plans. That's the
Yeah.
important bit, isn't it? That shows you, like, the potential.
Yeah. Do you think, like, maybe we like I mean, I don't know if that is maybe, like, also generational differences,
Mhm.
but do you think that we like to look at floor plans because we used to play The Sims
Oh,
and we used to
maybe.
build stuff?
We used to see things from a bird's eye
Yeah,
view.
from
I
above.
used to
Yeah.
love I used to love building houses on The
I know, me
Sims.
too.
And I always used the rosebud cheese so that I got more money. So, you know,
Yes.
like, you just use rosebud, like, enter, 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 and your money just goes up all the way so that I
Yeah.
could just do as the fanciest house I
Yeah.
wanted.
Like a
Yeah, without
mansion.
having to
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, if only there was one of those for
If
life.
only. That would be so nice. Oh, so nice. So Black Friday. Did you end
Yes.
up getting the Kindle? Because I did.
No. No, I know.
Jasmine.
The thing okay, I was so torn because I did want to. I kind of want one. At the same time, I've been really, really loving going to the library. Like,
Yeah.
I've been enjoying I went to the library for the first time by myself on my day off,
Mhm.
as well, like, just me, and I
Yeah.
returned some books, and I just spent a while just, like, looking through all the bookstuff,
Oh,
and I really enjoyed it.
yeah.
And so then I'm like, "Oh, if I buy a
I
Kindle,
guess,
am
yeah.
I then gonna think, 'Oh, I may as well get it on there, there's no point me going,'" and I'm actually, like, enjoying the process of
Mm.
going.
Yeah.
So when I get bored of having to go to the library all the
Yeah.
time, then I will get the
Yeah.
Kindle. But
Yeah.
I wanna give myself chance
Mhm. I mean, I
first.
think it's like a good balance if you have both because obviously the Kindle books
Yeah,
you buy.
yeah,
So you can just maybe buy 1 book and then do 5 books in the library or something like that. So
yeah,
you kind
yeah,
of like you're not spending money every month.
yeah, yeah.
The Kindle that I got it with like a 3 months free subscription to Kindle Unlimited or something like that.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like a
Yeah.
library thing. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
borrow the book, you
Mhm.
read it, and
Yeah.
then I guess like once I cancel my subscription because I don't think I'm gonna be paying £10
Yeah,
a
yeah.
month. I need to see. Then those books, like, are removed from your library. You don't have them
Yeah, yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm just gonna test it and see.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we are on each other's Goodreads, so now we have,
Yes.
like, plenty of
Yeah.
other books that we can
Mhm.
start reading and see, like, "Oh,
Yeah.
a good one."
Yes, and we can discuss our books.
Oh, yeah.
We need to do, like, a special
Uh,
every so often where we talk about all the books we've read.
yeah, yeah. Sounds good.
Mhm.
Sounds good. Let's see if our listeners like this or not. But other than that, like, how has your week been?
What else have I done? The house. Just so putting the house up.
Mhm.
I won a, um yeah, this must have been end of last week. I won a real Christmas tree for Christmas.
Ooh, nice.
So, I'm on the PTA for the school, and
Mhm.
we had a real Christmas tree voucher donated,
Yeah.
and I was volunteering at the event, and I sold all the raffle tickets for the Christmas tree. And I said to my husband, like, "You have to buy a strip because I want to win the Christmas tree."
Yeah.
And then I had nothing to do with drawing it,
Yeah.
but I got drawn as the winner of the Christmas tree
Nice.
after I'd sold all the tickets. So I'm just seeing it as like you put good out into the world and good comes
Yes.
back to you.
Absolutely.
Um, so we're gonna be at the weekend going to pick it off. It's the first time I've had a real tree, so
Mhm.
I'm excited to go and
Nice.
pick a real Christmas tree. Is there anything else? I
Yeah.
don't think there is. I've just been sorting the house, been to
Yeah.
Pilates again, still loving my Pilates, reformer Pilates classes. And yeah, that's it. What
Yeah.
about you?
Yeah, yeah. I had a real Christmas tree, I think 1 year, and then we stopped doing it because the cats, I think, like, they get really crazy with the smell
Oh,
of
mhm.
the tree itself,
Yeah.
and they kept
Mhm.
knocking it down and everything, and it was
Oh,
just making
yeah.
a mess in the carpet, and, obviously, when something falls and you clean it straight away, it
Yeah.
goes. But,
Mhm.
we went to Spain, the cats stay home.
Oh.
So, like, then it was like it was impossible to remove the stains from the carpet and everything, so we were like, "No." So we got now a fake Christmas tree, and
Mhm.
they are not bothered about it. They're just like, "Oh,
Oh,
good, yeah,
interesting.
mhm, good,
Yeah.
good."
Well, I've heard it makes your house smell really nice. having
Yeah.
a
Yeah, yeah, it
real
does.
tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see. It'll be our first time having one. Since we've lived here, like, we have a Christmas tree farm in
Mm,
the like, just outside of our village. Like, our
yeah.
village is famous for the Christmas trees.
Okay.
So, I've wanted to get one, but we've had, like, a perfectly good tree that we've
Yeah.
owned for ages, the artificial tree that we put up. So Leah's like, "We don't need one. Like, this
Yeah.
one's fine that we already
Yeah.
have." And
And
now I win
is
it,
it
I'm
big?
like,
How big is it?
"What, the one we can get or our
Yeah.
normal tree?"
The one that you
I
got on the
think we can get
raffle.
one up to 7 foot.
Wow.
So I'll be measuring the ceiling
Yeah.
height of our living room before we go. Otherwise, I'm gonna have a tree that's
Unless
just
yeah, or
bent
you
in
have
and
to cut the
wedged.
top.
I'll just cut
No.
a hole in the ceiling and have the top coming
Yeah.
out and the upstairs.
Yeah. So, no, me,
Yeah.
I haven't really done much. Got my Kindle and a book. I started
Mhm.
reading my book, which is one of
Mhm.
the books that you've already read.
Yeah.
Um, and what else? Oh, yes.
Are
So,
we
yeah.
are we sharing the news, or is this gonna be a surprise for
Surprise,
a later time?
surprise.
Okay, okay,
Surprise, surprise.
okay.
So I got really
Mhm.
good news,
Yeah.
but I will reveal those news in January, I
Mhm.
think, or
Yes,
whenever it's
okay.
announced
Mhm.
officially
Okay.
on their Instagram or website and whatever. But it's
Yeah.
so cool. It's so
Yeah, it
cool.
is, it
Um, and yeah, today I've posted a reel with my whole IVF
Yeah.
journey and everything, and
Mhm.
decided to take the month of December. Oh, so basically taking it off until we're back with the
Yes.
podcast
Yeah.
in January, because I know there's going to be a lot of like pregnancy announcements, baby announcements,
Mhm. Yeah.
and family photos and stuff. And although like I'm okay seeing it, I just think it's just
Mhm.
going to be a lot right now. So
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this as a kind of like a detox.
Mhm.
Um, and I've made my account private because I didn't want, like, if that reel is public at the moment, then coming back in January and then having like lots of comments and lots of things, it would
Yeah.
be like I would be
Mhm.
like overwhelmed
Yeah,
going through
yeah.
like all of that. So I just make it private. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take this because when you make it private, it tells you like review your followers, because then if you don't want someone
Yeah.
to see it, you remove
Mhm.
them and that's it. And I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? Let's do it, because I'm pretty sure I have a lot of ghost accounts, a lot of like
Mhm.
things
Yeah.
that people are following, and it doesn't really add anything to me. So I use
Yeah.
an app. I don't remember now the app that I
Mhm.
use, that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like goes through like accounts that are like fake accounts or ghost accounts or
Oh, and
something
it
like
does
that,
it
or
for
accounts that don't
you?
really have any activity, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
only have one photo in the profile or
Mhm.
no photo at all,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
removes it. Oh my god, it removes
Oh.
like 1,000 people.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I hope it's not removed me.
No, because
If I
you were
look
able
and
to
you've
comment.
unfollowed me, I'm going to be very upset.
No, you were able to comment. And again, apologies if anybody was following me and now they cannot see your comment. Please add me
It
again,
was the app. It was the app.
because this
It
was all, like,
wasn't
it
her.
was all
It
done,
was
like,
the app.
you don't say anything. It
Yeah,
just kind of
yeah.
like removes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if there
yeah.
had not been activity on your account or something like that, it kind of like removes it. So
Yeah, yeah.
if you were following me and now you cannot see anything, please
Yeah.
request it. I'll
Mhm.
accept it. So sorry. But I was just like, I'm not gonna go through like
Yeah.
2,600 people one by one.
You're just
Checking
so
that. No,
efficient.
no, no,
You are
no.
so efficient.
Yeah. So I did that and I was like, okay, good. Like now
Mhm.
the followers that I have are probably like genuine people,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
just like weird
Mhm.
accounts. Because like since I don't know about you, but since I put like podcast host on my bio, I also got a lot of people like promote podcasts, whatever podcast, and trying to sell you their
Mhm. Yeah,
services
yeah.
and stuff.
Mhm.
They follow you, and I was like, but why do I need you in there? So
Yeah, yeah.
I feel kind of like and then I saw this one second. Let me find this, and I was like, oh yeah, you see, this is perfect. This is exactly what we need. It says December, like December,
Mhm.
means declutter, detach, delete anything that devalues your life. Don't bring it into 2026. I was like, you see,
Mhm.
I deleted all the
Yeah, there you
ghosts.
go, and you're already doing it. You're already doing it. It's funny because today I was walking at work and I was like, "Oh, you know what? I haven't been on social media for, like, a few days."
Yeah.
When, like because a lot of the stuff I was doing before, I needed to be on social media all the
Hmm. Oh
time,
yeah.
and
Mm.
it was like, "Oh, actually, like, I've not been on, and I don't feel like a burning need to be on there."
Yeah.
And I thought, "It just feels nice." I
Yeah.
had this same thought today, like, it just feels like, I can't take a break completely from it, but
Yeah, me neither.
I'm definitely, like, not going on very often, and
Mhm.
I probably won't be,
Yeah,
like, when we decorated the village tree, so I put
yeah.
a picture of that because it's nice little things
Yeah,
like
that
that
was
that I
cute.
want to
Yeah.
share and want to keep, but I think I'm not going on with any I don't know, I'm not putting any, like, pressure or thought
Yeah.
into, like, going on
Into what you're
and
doing or
creating
how
things or
to,
what
yeah.
yeah, yeah, and I'm just, like yeah, not spending my time like, I've been reading a lot more rather than scrolling my phone, I'm really trying
Yes,
to
me
do
too.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think we should both do that as much as we can and then report
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
in January.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, like, obviously, I'm gonna be active in the podcast Instagram because
Yes.
obviously we're
Yeah,
still
yeah.
doing episodes,
Mhm.
and on the Front Row Insights, the
Yeah.
pageant one, because Cosmo is
Yes.
coming, so
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
just gonna be like posting and stuff in there. So probably the stories that I used to post in my personal will be now going into our podcast, and
Yeah.
maybe that will help
Yeah,
us
yeah.
grow even more. But
Yes.
so yeah, that's
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
have been me. And then I have here a hot chocolate. I was like, I'm
Mhm.
just gonna do a hot chocolate with a lot of whipped cream on top. So I
Nice.
just got the whipped cream and instead
Yeah.
there's like nothing in it. And I'm like, men, men, men.
No.
Why do they
Oh,
put things
no.
in the fridge when they are
Oh.
empty?
You know what I saw? I saw an ad for, a wicked pink whipped cream, but I think it's only in America
Oh.
because I saw it and I was like, "Oh, I would have gotten it for Christmas, to do, like, hot chocolates and that over
Mhm.
Christmas because I think we'd have loved doing that, but
Yeah.
alas, I looked for it and I can't find it,
No. But you know what you
anywhere.
can do though? You can do regular whipped cream and then they have like this the edible glitter that you can just put on top and
Ah,
maybe like a
yeah,
pink one,
okay.
something like that.
Yeah, yes, I'll do that
And just
instead.
get
We'll do a
that
pink
would
one
be
and a
so
green
cute.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
will be
that
cute.
would be good.
So
Yeah.
cute. Yeah, tell me.
Quickly, I just wanted to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
I'm very proud of you for your post
Oh,
and
thank
just
you.
for just for, like, being so open and sharing something that's really difficult
Yeah.
because I do think it will help a lot of like, I think it's good for you to be doing it because I feel
Mm.
like it's good for you to be getting that out of
Yes.
yourself and being able to
Yeah.
share that, but also I think it will help a lot of people. Um, so yeah, I'm proud of
Yeah.
you, and you
Thank
deserve
you.
the break, so you should have the break.
Yeah, thank you. It was very therapeutic to do it, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
obviously,
Mhm.
creating the video, going through, and it's like reflecting on the whole journey. I cried so much doing the video and just
Yeah.
putting everything together and then writing the caption. I cried like so many times.
Mhm.
I cried today when I posted it, kind of like a last type of cry. And it had a really good response. I had got 7 women messaging me saying like, "Oh, I'm going through it too." 7
Yeah.
people that I know.
Mhm.
7 very young women.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
this is crazy that the amount is, like, so big as well,"
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Mhm.
"What is going on in the world
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now?"
yeah.
And then 2 days ago, like, I just saw it 2 days randomly on Facebook because obviously, our phones listens to us, that the World Health Organization has put, like, global guidelines now on infertility and how they need to start testing the
Yeah.
amount of cycles that need to happen,
Mhm.
all of those things, so
Yeah.
hopefully that will give a little
Yeah.
push as well to start to governments like the UK government and
Mhm.
the fertility action campaign for the
Yeah.
postnat lottery will get now like a backing up from like a
Yeah.
really big source like the
Mhm.
World Health Organization on
Yeah.
this, and maybe that will make a difference. But yeah, it was very
Yeah.
therapeutic.
Yeah. Well,
When
let's hope that in moving into the next year, we can do some more episodes with some updates on
yeah,
things that are happening in the world that are moving in a better
yeah,
direction as
yeah.
well.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Okay, so into the episode today, we've been talking. I'm just checking on this like 20 minutes
Hmm.
already
I
about
know.
us. So I hope you're not bored. So we're just gonna dive in now into the episode today. So, like, when
Hmm.
we were looking into like, okay, what topics are we going to be talking about this season and stuff? Um, there was one that I was like, oh, I think this would be very interesting, and I want to give a shout out to Ollie's cousin Claudia because
Hmm.
she's one of our biggest listeners. She listens every single week to the episodes, and I believe she's our youngest listener. If I'm not mistaken, she is 20 or 19 or is going to
Hmm.
turn 20, like, and she's one of our younger listeners.
Ah.
And this episode is kind of like inspired by
Hmm.
her. because I was helping her to prepare for her A levels for Spanish.
Ah,
You know,
okay.
I started talking about like, wow,
Mhm.
school is so different here
Mhm.
to what it was in Spain when I was
Mhm.
growing up. So I was like, okay, let's talk about how was the school back then when we were going
Mhm.
to school, because I'm pretty sure things have changed. Compare the both countries and then
Mhm.
talk about like how a school is now and
Yeah.
maybe where we see school going and evolving for
Mhm.
when Mila is going to be like, I don't know,
Ugh.
7 years old. How is that going to look like, you know? Maybe let's start for like when we were younger.
Mhm. Yep.
Um, how was like a regular day at school for you? Like, did the school day started and finished around the same time that it does now, or was it different?
Are we thinking more like primary or secondary? Are we thinking secondary school?
Yeah. Okay. Secondary. Yeah. Let's do that because it's the one
Okay.
that is more recent for us to remember.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking like primary school. I'm gonna say I think primary school is probably like 9 till 3 or something like that. But I don't know whether I'm just going off that's what primary school is now that
Yeah.
I know what
No
primary
idea.
school is.
Yeah.
But when I was in secondary school, my school day ended at 2:30 in the
Oh,
afternoon, like
okay.
early.
That's very early.
So I went to 2 secondary schools, so I've got 2 different experiences.
Okay.
The first secondary school that I went to, I think that was the one that ended at 2:30, and I think it started about 8:45 in the morning. The second secondary school I went to, I think finished at 3 or even a bit or
Mhm.
maybe even half 3 or something and started at 9.
Mhm.
But I think we had longer breaks than we
Yeah.
did at my first secondary school.
Yeah. So interesting because it's one of the things that I've always found intriguing about this country that
Mhm.
school finished so early in the day because I'm like, how do
Yeah.
parents cope? Taking into account that work usually doesn't finish until
Yeah.
5 p.m.
Mhm.
normally,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'm just like the pressure
Yeah.
on parents.
Mm.
I mean, in
Mhm.
secondary school, I guess you can come back to your house by yourself in the bus or whatever, right? But when you
Yeah.
are younger, you,
Mhm.
you need you need to go get picked up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
In Spain, or like, at least in the school that I went to,
Mhm.
um, I think for secondary school was a little bit different. Between my school, there was like so. Okay, so in Spain, you have three different types of schools. Okay, so you have a
Mhm.
public school, a private school, and then you have one that is kind of like half half and half, or like three quarters and a quarter kind of thing. So
Right.
the government funds the majority of it, and then you can like the
Ah,
families pay
okay.
for another part,
Right.
right? So
Mhm.
it's usually like a lot of religious schools are like that.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I went to like this third option type of thing.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
my whole life, I've gone through the same school, and our schedule was always classes start at 9 and they finish at 5 p.m. So we were like 9 to 5
That's
the
so
whole day.
long.
Yeah, and we
From
had
what
like
age?
since 3 years old.
Oh my god, that's so long. I'm shocked. No wonder you're so bloody organised and regimented. Maybe
Yes.
maybe this is a difference, like, my life has always been very relaxed.
Yeah, so we had obviously like a break, like a half an hour break in the morning, kind of like
Yeah.
our like little
Mhm.
recess and have a snack and
Yeah.
stuff. Then we had like a 2 hour break for lunch, and then we had like our afternoon. What
Yeah.
I call it afternoon, but some people might call it evening. I don't know, classes in here. But obviously, in Spain, it's a little bit different because the weather is different, right? So
Yeah.
obviously, like we finish
Mhm.
at 5, but then we don't have
It's
dinner
still
until like
light.
later.
Yeah.
I think the school was like the school system in Spain is thought about for parents that work,
Yeah. Mhm.
working parents.
Yeah, yeah,
It's kind of
yeah,
like because I'm like your first secondary school finishing at 2:30.
yeah,
I'm like, wow.
yeah.
And then you're like by yourself in your house until your parents came home and you're
Mhm.
supposed to be doing your
Yeah,
homework and
yeah.
doing your things, right? So much freedom for activities.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't remember having that much homework, really,
Hmm.
either, to be honest. Uh, I had a lot of
Yeah,
free time.
yeah. talking about, like, you said homeworks and stuff, but what about subjects like classes? Like you have like different, what do you call it, subjects like maths and
Yeah,
science
we
and things like
had
that, right? And I'm pretty sure
yeah,
you have for sure classes that never in 1,000 years would be a type of class that we would have in Spain. And it's
really.
so
So we
sad.
had
Yeah.
what did we have? Secondary school, we always had maths, English, science, like you
Mhm.
always had those.
Yeah.
History,
Mhm.
geography,
Yeah.
drama, music.
Mhm.
Did I say RE? Religious education. We
Okay.
had that.
Mhm. So far
We
it's the
had
same.
languages.
So it's good. Mhm. Yeah. But
I think that's
did you
it.
have, because I don't know, I've heard someone, I'm pretty sure it was British. I don't think it was American, but did you have like a cooking class, like, or something like that, or
Oh, we
like,
had design and technology, which was like you either did cooking or you did something that was like
yeah.
not science, more like
Mhm.
sciencey in terms of like build, like would do
Yeah.
wire together things would make little like lights go on and all
Yeah.
that sort of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
had something like that, but we've never had anything, any
we did
cooking, any
cooking.
sewing, or
Yeah.
any,
Oh, we had
like,
cooking and
skills, like
yes,
skills for
yeah.
life.
We had it as part of DT is called, like design and technology. We had
Okay.
cooking as part of that. So in that you would do however many weeks of each different thing
Okay.
and you would move around it. So you'd do cooking, but it was only for a small period of time. And we
I
had like
see.
swimming lessons and PE as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Swimming. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Was you like a private school
No.
and you have swimming? Oh, in Spain, only private elite schools that had like have a pool
Oh yeah.
in their
No, so
area had
yeah,
swimming.
we had a swimming pool at my first secondary
Oh,
school.
that's so
The
nice.
second one oh yeah, the second one also had a swimming pool. Yeah.
Oh,
But then any schools that don't have a swimming pool, so even in primary school, they take them
yeah.
swimming lessons in primary
That's
school here as
amazing.
well.
That's
So they
amazing.
they take them on a coach to a local pool
Mm.
and they do
That's
lessons.
so
Yeah.
good. I mean, I think like it's a life skill, right? To learn how to swim. I'm just wondering, like, did they do this because England is an island, just in case you ever got flooded? And in Spain, because like, nah, it's fine.
Maybe it's because, like, in the UK, if the school didn't take you and your
Mhm.
parents didn't have, like, money to take you and pay for
Yeah.
swimming like, in Spain, you would swim in the sea, I s presume, from quite
But
a
well,
young
I guess the
age.
people that had the sea nearby.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. I'm just assuming every person in Spain has a local beach. I'm thinking because of the weather, like, you would
Mhm.
have a local outdoor pool, I presume,
Yeah.
or if you didn't have a beach, where you'd
Yeah.
likely, if you lived in Spain, in the summer, you would go to a pool or beach, I
Yeah, like
presume.
most
Whereas in
most
the UK,
houses will have,
yeah,
well, houses like apartment buildings
yeah,
will have a pool, but still parents needed to pay for swimming lessons.
yeah, yeah,
So it was like it didn't matter if you, I mean, unless you were teaching your kid to swim, you still
yeah,
had to pay the
yeah,
swimming
yeah,
lessons of the that were
mhm,
happening in that
yeah.
pool. So you still had to pay. So yeah, I vote for swimming lessons at school. I think that's amazing. I think like cooking classes and sewing and all of that, I think
Mhm.
is really good because to me, maybe that's why I like DIY so much because that's the only thing that I was taught at
Yeah.
school. I only have that. Okay, let's just like
You were
cut
taught
this wood.
DIY,
Huh?
were you? You were taught some DIY skills?
Well, not really DIY, but like build like a birdhouse, build like a box. So
Oh.
we did a lot of things
We
with
didn't really do
wood
that. Yeah,
and
we
like
didn't
cutting it
really.
and creating
Mm.
stuff and doing projects like that.
At the school I was at, they wouldn't let any of the
Get a
children at
sword,
my
like, yeah, not
school
a sword,
have
not
hold
a
of
sword.
any
What is it called?
um,
Not a sword,
a saw.
a saw. Yeah,
No, like, you said I went to did I go to a private school? I went to a school the first secondary school I went to
yeah.
literally had a nickname with the word "shitty" in it.
Oh,
So
okay.
well, they weren't letting us loose with any of this lethal
No. Oh, yeah. Woohoo! Yeah. I guess. I guess. Now, Do you remember having computer science or like computing or something like that as a
I was
subject at school?
I was trying to think about this earlier because I asked ChatGPT what's different from
Yeah.
school, like from research, what's the difference between school for 90s babies and school now? And one
Uh-huh.
of the biggest thing it's talked about was like all the technology that they use now within schools. I was trying my best to think back because we had IT
Oh
lessons.
yeah, IT. Yeah, I said computer science IT. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
but I was trying to think back to like what we did, and I just can't think. But I swear it was like
Yeah.
paint.
Yes. Yes. Literally, it was like doing things in paint, playing some games
Yeah.
like the Snake and Prince of Arabia or something like Prince of Persia or something like that. Playing some games and stuff. And I think like yeah, because to us, I'm just trying to remember like was Excel even a thing? Because the first time that I saw
Yeah.
Excel,
Mm.
I'm pretty sure it was like at university and kind of like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
last years of uni or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I feel like we used
Mm.
really basic. I don't know why this is coming to my brain, but I feel like we had some sort of like little robot round things. I'm pretty sure we like programmed like we would put, but it was very like it was like an old school. It was
That's so
very old
advanced.
school, simple thing. But I'm sure we'd put in like movements and then like
Mm.
send it through the program and then it would do it. Like the robot would move and we'd be
Whoa,
like,
that's amazing.
whoa.
That's
But
amazing.
now that would be rubbish. But at the time, I feel like I'm sure we did something like I did that somewhere. So whether it was at school or
Yeah, but I mean,
do something
that
else.
kind of is the prehistoric way of coding, right? So I guess
Yeah,
like
yeah,
now they're teaching proper coding, or if not,
yeah,
everybody listening or whoever is, if anybody from the government is listening, I think that should be one of the main things that you teach at school at
yeah.
computer science
Mhm.
or
Yeah,
IT or
yeah,
whatever you call it
yeah,
now,
yeah.
coding.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
important because that I guess like that was like you were coding something to move the
Yeah,
stroller.
yeah, yeah. But it was
So
very
cool.
it wasn't really code. It was like basic,
Yeah.
very
Yeah, that's
basic.
so
But
cool. I mean, I
yeah.
think most of the like I think it kind of like I remember like my exams were kind of like they were giving us some instructions like you need to make this red and you need to make this blue. And I don't know if
Mm.
it was actually like we were doing things in HTML format, like you need
Yes,
to
yeah,
know how to
I feel like there
do
was
that.
something that I had to do and follow instructions, but I just can't remember what it was. So
Yeah,
maybe it was
me
something like
neither.
that.
Me neither. And
Yeah.
then we had to just put it on in a disk, in like one of those
Yeah.
like square disks
Yeah.
with
Floppy
our name
disk.
in it, so then
Mm.
they could be evaluated.
Oh my God. It's so old. In my lecture today, I some what did they we were talking about like trends. I did a lecture on emerging trends in
Yeah.
marketing and we were talking about AI and like generative AI and the
Yeah.
AI influencers and all of that sort of stuff. They had to scan the QR code and input in on from their phones like what their viewpoint was on these AI
Oh, okay.
influencers,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Mhm.
they were all writing their things and it was all coming up on the screen. And one of them said like, "Oh, I think you'd have to be an older person to like AI influencers because you would have to not realize, like, not understand or something
Oh,
like."
I see.
So I said to them, "Well, can you please clarify, whoever did that, 'cause it's all anonymous, whoever did that, can you just, add there what age you'd say being old is?" And then one of them wrote in there, "Lecturer age."
No!
I said
And you're
I
like, "Thank you, guys."
I said, "What?" Like, we then turned into this joke 'cause they were writing stuff in there. But so just saying,
Yeah.
they think we'll fall for all of this stuff because of our age. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair enough, there are certain things that unless you properly look, you can fall for it because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just AI is getting
Mhm.
way,
Yeah, yeah.
way too good.
Mhm.
Too good, too good.
You are proving them right.
There was literally, and I'm gonna try to find it and just kind of like put it here somewhere. A comparison of like the same AI generated photo
Uh-huh.
from earlier this year or late last year and now, and I'm
Uh-huh.
just like, what the actual f?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
There is
Yeah.
no way we're ever
Yeah.
going to now figure out if this is AI or not because it
Yeah.
literally looks like a regular
Yeah,
photo.
yeah.
It doesn't look
Yeah.
AI at
Mhm.
all.
Yeah.
And then there was like also
Scary.
like the photo of like 2023
Mhm.
when the first generated photo was, I think it was like Will Smith eating spaghetti, and you see him like with like weird fingers
Moving
and stuff
fingers.
and like that. And now it's like, whoa, it has in
Yeah.
2 years it
Yeah.
has evolved
Mhm.
like crazy.
Yeah. But you know what was really refreshing? Most of them said they thought that AI influencers were, like, creepy and dystopian,
Okay,
and
that's good.
I was like, because 'cause they're obviously generation below us, and they think that too. That was to me was
Mhm.
really reassuring, although I
Yeah.
don't know what the generation after that's gonna think, because 'cause they're grown
Oh,
up with it.
yeah,
So it'll
of
be
course. Yeah.
interesting to
Yeah.
see
It'll be interesting. I mean, I
what the
really hope
difference is.
the AA
Mm.
bubble explodes soon because
Me too.
it's
Yeah,
getting too crazy, too
me too.
curacy. Um,
Sorry, I derailed us there. So we were
I mean,
saying
but we always do this, so it's fine, it's fine, right? This podcast, we're talking about topics, and then it's like we're talking amongst ourselves, like, that's normal. Um, but, what was I gonna say? I forgot. So we
we were
talked
talking
about
about the AI. So I was talking about technology in schools. This is where
yeah,
it came from, wasn't it?
yes.
You know what it got me thinking? Like, the main thing that I felt like comparing school from then till now, you know how we say, like, we're really wanting to get back to that state of calm where we haven't got
Mhm.
so much going on? You know,
Yeah,
like, we always feel like we need to be doing everything and present on
yeah,
social media and whatever.
yeah.
You know what really dawned on me when I was reading through the differences? Like, when
Mhm.
we were at school, we probably like, I had a phone when I was in later in secondary
Yeah,
school,
yeah,
so later than they do now.
yeah.
But even then, you barely used it. Like, phones weren't used as they are now.
Because they were like, it was like this, the tiniest screen. There was not really
Yeah,
much you could do with a phone.
you wouldn't really do much with
Yeah.
it. And our lives were, like, perfectly balanced because we'd be at school and we'd be present
Mhm.
in school,
Yeah,
or we'd be at home and we'd be completely relaxed in
yeah.
our own house, or we'd
Mhm.
be out with friends and we would be socializing. But now they are connected, or, like,
All
they're
the
at
time.
school and
Yeah.
they're on their social media connected with everyone, they're at home and they're on it, and I was thinking,
Mhm.
like, we are chasing that more, like, relaxed way of
Mhm.
life because we've had it.
Yeah.
For the people that are growing up now that have never had it because they've literally been given a phone
Mhm.
from a young age and have access to all this stuff, how are they gonna be
Yeah.
affected by this?
Yeah.
Because I feel, like, overwhelmed
Yeah.
by it. But is it because I've known a
You know
different
what.
life?
Yeah.
But the scariest thing is if they don't know what it's like to not have that,
Yeah.
will they ever get to experience that, not having
I
it?
don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe like with more people talking about it and all of that, they might want to
Yeah.
try to explore it and see, and maybe
Mm.
see like the benefits of it. But I
Yeah.
think like the generation coming, like Mila's generation and the kids that are maybe like 5 years older than her,
Yeah.
um, I think they might experience what we experience, because I feel like many
Mm.
parents now don't want to give them devices until they are
Yeah.
like in their teens or something like that.
Mhm.
And even
Yeah.
though it's like a big fight, right? It's kind of like, because
Yeah,
there
yeah.
is some kids that have it at school, and how can you explain
Mhm.
that to your kids and stuff? I feel like if the parents are like really strict with that, in terms of like you're not having a phone
Yeah.
until you're older or whatever, they might be able to see that
Yeah.
in a different way, though, because obviously they're going to be exposed to their tablets and computers and
Mhm.
things like that
Yeah.
in their homes.
Yeah.
Um, but in a way, it's true. Like they're gonna be at school and they're gonna be, what we did. Either you are paying attention or you're falling asleep.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're not gonna be distracted
Yeah,
looking at your
yeah.
phone.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm making it sound like we would only pay attention, which is still absolutely not the
Yeah, no,
case.
no.
I had I had a lot of conversations with the people sat next to me at school, more so than I listened, I would
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, one thing. I mean, obviously, this has nothing to do with school. I think it's like more trends and stuff. But
Mhm.
the other day, I always say the other day, a few weeks ago, I did the school drop off for my nephew.
Yeah.
And I'm just like walking there and stuff, and you see like some kids with their backpacks and stuff. And then I saw a group of girls that they might be like 11, like
Mhm.
not older than that, with handbags, and then like sitting in that little, like, I don't know, it looks like Mean Girls or something like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
like
yeah.
sitting like in their
Yeah.
little clique. and, like, with
Mhm.
handbags instead of, like, a backpack to have, like, all of their book and I was like, "Wait a second. This is not something that that I had seen unless the girls were, like, 16 or something like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
right? Like,
How
in
big were the
our
handbags? Were they like the little baguette bags or were they like big
no,
bags?
like a big,
Oh, you're right. Yeah, yeah.
bag, like and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think, like, one of them was Michael Kors as well, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
"What is
This is
happening?"
well, you say I don't know if this has always been a thing in the UK because
Oh, really?
when I first started secondary school, I went with a handbag. My first
Hmm.
day of secondary school, I had a handbag.
So, how old were you then? 12? No,
11.
13. 11?
Yeah.
Okay, so then there's I think that's the difference, that's the difference.
There was, what was it called? There was a brand called Jane Norman. Jane Norman was these
Okay.
bags, and everyone had these, like, tote style book
Yeah,
bag, like a
yeah,
bag,
yeah,
handbag style with Jane Norman,
yeah.
different Jane Norman ones. That was the thing when I went to secondary
Mhm.
school, and everyone most girls had those bags, which is
Mm,
terrible because 'cause they're so bad for you to be carrying stuff around on one
yeah.
shoulder.
That
They're
was
not
my
good for you at all. Yeah.
that was my next question. So, like, I don't remember
Yeah.
having much homeworks or whatever. So, you didn't really carry many books? Like, what happened with your books? Like, because obviously I just remember my backpack and
Yeah.
it was full of books and the books were, like, thick
Yeah.
and
I don't know if I
heavy.
had books.
What? What do you mean?
I don't
You were already in the electronic era? UK is so advanced.
well, you must have had books, but I don't remember having not like I didn't experience having, like, books, like, academic
Yeah,
textbooks and stuff.
yeah.
I didn't experience that until I was at uni. I don't think
Really?
we weren't given books. I guess maybe they provided books in
In
class that you
class.
left there. I don't think
And how did you
I
study, though?
we didn't really we didn't.
It was all essays. That was all your exams. It was just essays.
I remember, like, maybe late secondary school.
Yeah,
'Cause when did we have our exams? I remember when I was doing my GCSEs that I did get given a science textbook, but it's
yeah,
because I got my mum to come in and complained that the science teacher had no handle on the class and everyone was talking and I couldn't hear
yeah,
anything, like, I didn't learn anything in the class.
yeah.
So I got my mum in and we had a meeting and I was like, "Look, I'm not learning anything in this class, like, is there anything that can be done?" And they gave me this is the
So,
time they gave
learn
me
by
a textbook.
yourself. Just
Yes, and
read
they
the
said
book.
that's yeah, that was the solution.
The disgrace. What?
So that might have been the first book I was given to take home. But I feel like we were
Okay.
given, like, a homework, we were given tasks,
Yeah.
like,
And it was
we
all
would be
like
given
paper.
worksheets or stuff. Yeah, yeah. I don't remember, I might be wrong. So if anyone's
Okay.
listening that was at a school in the UK at
Yeah.
that time, please correct me if I'm
I
wrong because
mean,
my memory's terrible, but I don't remember carrying multiple
yeah. I
textbooks.
mean, it would make sense because, I saw, like, my nephew obviously, like, like, a lot of, like, papers that, like,
Yeah.
printed up papers that were, like, all
Yes.
stuck together with, like, and that's
Yeah.
the homework and all of that.
Mhm.
As well as, Claudia, like, when we were doing the A levels, it was all, like, in
Yeah.
paper form and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but then I thought it was because, like, now it was, like, more technological and they had, like, I don't know, tablets that everything's in the tablet and then it was
Yeah,
just, like, for
yeah.
them to write something. But I don't know, yeah, maybe that's the way that you did
Yeah.
things here in the UK and in Spain. We had to memorize a lot of things and we had to take the books home and we needed to read and we needed to, like, highlight
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we needed to do then we need to have, like, a different notebook per subject. So obviously
Mhm.
in my
Oh, yeah.
backpack, right? If
Yeah.
I had like let me try to think. I think that you have like two classes, like two and two, so 6 classes a day or something like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I had to have, like, the 6 books with the 6
Mhm.
notebooks,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
bring them with me, and obviously, if you didn't have any homework or whatever, you can just leave them.
Yeah.
In our we were always assigned a table in class, and that was
Right.
your table for
Mhm.
the whole year, and
Yeah.
that table had kind of like a little thing underneath where you can just put your
Yeah.
books. So you can just
Right,
put your
okay.
books and whatever that you were not gonna use. But we always
Mhm.
had to take books and notebooks home to do our
Yeah,
homework,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we see we had to carry a lot of books.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
See,
why I
we'd
said, like,
never
we
mm.
didn't have, like,
Yeah.
the handbag because I'm just imagining, like, everybody, like, growing up, like, lopsided like this because, like, carrying the books.
Yeah, I feel like do you know if the schools that were free in Spain were the
Mhm.
same or not? Because
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know.
everybody has to buy books.
And did you have to buy the books?
Yeah, we have to buy the books.
Oh, okay. So let's see, like in the UK, we were never like the schools are
Mhm.
free, but they provide everything
That's great.
as well, but they don't have much
Really?
money. So
Yeah.
I doubt there was enough books for us all
I
have then we wouldn't
see.
all been able to have a book. You'd probably
I
get
see.
given a book during the class to share between you and the
Ah,
person next to
I
you, and
see,
then
I
you
see,
the
I
book
see.
would stay at
Mhm.
school. We didn't I don't remember. It was more of
Mhm.
an optional thing, like if your parents wanted to buy you revision books for
I see.
certain topics that they could, but
Okay,
it wasn't something you
okay.
needed, I don't
Okay, no,
think.
in Spain, everybody has to buy. So
Yeah.
before the school starts, you are given like a list of the books
Mhm.
and the stores where you can buy them. You need to order them in advance and all of that because
Right.
they
Yeah.
sometimes they say, you know, they
Yeah.
ran out of them and you need to go
Mhm.
somewhere else to buy them if you have
Yeah.
not done it with enough
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And then they also give you like a list of on the first day of the school, okay, you need this many notebooks, you need this many pencils, and you need this many things, you know,
Right.
every
Uh-huh.
type of thing. And now,
Yeah.
like, I'm just seeing a lot of videos on social media
Yeah,
on
yeah.
how crazy has gone because in my time, I
Mhm.
really thought sometimes the things that they were asking us to get, I was like, you know, is this really? Do we really need?
Yeah, yeah.
It needs to be like a
Mhm.
4 rings binder, kind of be like a
Yeah,
two
yeah.
ring binder. Does it
Yeah,
need to be
yeah.
really four?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
all of these kind of things. But now it's just get to the point. It's like it needs to be like a pink notebook for this with like this, na, 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 na,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
this type of pen. And
Yeah.
then for science, it needs to be blue with
Yeah.
this and that. And like I was like, oh my
Mhm.
goodness, being a parent nowadays, can you imagine
Yeah.
before the school starts,
Mhm.
you know, it's like
Yeah.
budget as well to buy
Oh
all of
my
these
god.
things
Yeah,
because it needs
yeah.
to be a specific notebook within a
Mhm.
specific thing and like with the, I don't know, 6, 7 sticker now for
Yeah.
everybody. I don't know.
Like, even now for me with primary school, so we had to buy the obviously uniform, and we
Yeah.
buy the book bag that
Mhm.
their books go in, so, like, the little book bag things that they carry.
Mhm.
But then schools provided everything else.
I
They
see.
send home a book of to practice
Mhm.
what
Mhm.
sound blending, like reading and all of that, and that all comes back. We pay for the odd thing, like like if there's a trip or whatever, you pay for things through a portal.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see then later in school life whether now there are books and stuff that you need to buy because
Yeah.
that's much more like I say that was like my uni experience. It wasn't until I got to uni
That
when
you.
it was like, oh, you've got a list of books that you need for your
Mhm.
modules, and I had to go buy them all or get
Yeah.
them from the uni library or
Wow.
whatever.
You know what? I just thought like it's so interesting. So you don't spend a penny when you're at school. And I'm just wondering, is it because they're gonna literally sign you up in like a forever agreement to be able to pay for university because university
Mm.
here is so expensive, regardless if
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
a
Mhm.
Ivy League school or not.
Yeah,
Whether
yeah.
in Spain, like, you know, parents are paying for school, but then
Yeah.
let's go to uni. The public universities cost you nothing, basically.
Really? Do
Yes.
they?
Yes.
So, yes, if I do any more qualifications, I'll just go to Spain.
Yeah.
Because yeah, uni here is obviously
Yeah.
expensive.
So it's just
Yeah.
making your parents start saving when you're going to you know,
Yeah.
money that you're not spending in school,
Mhm.
save it for when they need to go to university because it's gonna be
Unless now,
expensive.
like, who knows now, maybe there are loads of things you need to provide for school. I don't
Oh,
know. I
wow.
don't know what the
Yeah.
current schooling is like,
Yeah.
but I don't remember. My mum will correct me. I'll tell my mum about this and she'll be like,
Yeah.
"What are you talking about? I had to buy you loads of stuff for
Yeah.
school."
Yeah. Like, don't you remember that
She'll
you
want to
have a
come on and
pile of
correct
books?
me. I'll have to make a statement, a public statement of apology next week.
A correction, yes. I stepped correctly. I had I had books. I just didn't open them.
Oh.
That's so funny. And like another thing that I wanted to comment on, because obviously, as I said, like this episode it's inspired by Claudia. When I was preparing for her A levels,
Yeah.
obviously then we started talking, and then she explained that you have the GCSEs that are other type of exam that you do, which,
Yeah.
by the way, I think is pointless.
Mhm.
Shouldn't be done whatsoever. But then now I'm kind of like saying like, okay, if you didn't really have exams per se, because you were just doing assignments and essays and things like that, okay, we had to do an exam every single semester and then one at the very end of the whole year where we had questions that we need to, answer and write about and all of those things. But the A levels here are crazy. And this is something that we have in Spain as well. You have to do an end of your last 2 years of school exam where you kind of like need to talk, like all your knowledge from those two
Yeah.
years
Mhm.
you need to do the exam. However, in Spain, you do not um how do you say it? I don't know what is the expression, but you don't put like all your eggs in one basket just in that exam. Sixty
Right.
percent, 60% of your grade is whatever average you got for the last 2 years of school with all of the exams that we do
Right. Mhm.
every semester and all of that. You have an average.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the average of all of that count like 60% to your
Yeah.
final A levels
Mhm.
score.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then we do that big final exam where we
Yeah.
have to go to a university and do it in there. You have to show your ID to make sure that, no one else is
Yeah.
taking the exam for you
Oh.
and stuff. And then that is 40%. And then they do
Right.
like an average of that, and that's your final grade.
Mhm.
Then when you're going to go decide on a university and a
Yeah.
degree, then that's what is going to say if you get in or not, instead
Yeah.
of just doing
Yeah.
everything to one exam, which I
Yeah.
think is cruel and shouldn't be
Yeah.
done, because what if
Yeah.
you didn't have a good day that day? You were sick
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. So your the
Unfair.
structure in Spain for school is so much more like university
Yeah.
because that's the same. Like you do all your modules over the whole of your degree and then you do your dissertation or your final project and then it's weighted on all the
Mhm.
even
Yeah.
and they work out I think most universities work out your best grade
Mm,
based on they do like a few different calculations and they go
yeah.
with the best one from those
Mhm.
different calculations. Um but yeah, it was the same when I was at school here that you just do your A levels and that's it, and then you, um, get your grade
Same
from your
there.
A and
And
the
almost.
all you get before that is predicted. So when you apply to uni, you get a predicted grade of what the school thinks you're gonna get. That's
Mhm.
how you apply, and then the problem is as well that you can get a predicted grade and then get something completely different
Yeah.
for your actual A levels, and then that can mess up all your you end up having to go through
Yeah, of course.
clearing to
Yeah.
uni because it's messed up, um, like any of your offers that you
Yeah.
had and those kind of things. But yeah, I did BTECs. So,
What is
I
that?
did, like, they're more so because I did my A levels were performing arts,
Oh.
dance, um did you know
That could be part of your A level. Like, what?
Yeah, so I got into so I always think this is quite an interesting story because obviously I'm a marketing lecturer now, but I
Yeah.
got into my degree program based on my UCAS points. So I had very high UCAS points because I did very well in performing arts, dance, all very like
Yeah.
theatre based
Yeah.
stuff. So a lot of that was like I was obviously getting graded on like performances and written. I had to do
I
written
wish I could
coursework,
have done that.
performances. So so
Tents
that's what
everywhere.
so I did really well because I was good at I'd gone to
Yeah,
theatre school since I was
I
really
bet.
young, so I was good at that stuff. So I did really well in my A levels. So I had like very, very good UCAS points. So
Mhm.
as long as any degree programs weren't like you had to have a specific subject,
Yeah.
then I had lots of choice for what I could do at uni because I had really good
See.
UCAS points. So that's what I did in my A levels. So I didn't have like my GCSEs was my last experience of doing like the exams and stuff. Yeah. Until obviously then I did it all at
So you
uni.
didn't do maths or anything like that?
For A levels, no. No. Last time was GCSE. Yeah.
What a world. What a world. That's incredible. In Spain, you had like the core subjects that you had to do. So the
Yeah.
last 2 years of university of school, you
Yeah.
needed to make a decision
Mhm.
on which branch you were going to go, right? So there were like
Yeah.
two
Okay.
branches. So you
Mhm.
wanted either the science branch
Mhm.
or the non-science branch, and that
Yeah.
had to do with the degree that you wanted to do. If you had
Yeah.
no idea the degree that you wanted to go for, they always tell you to go the science branch, because with the science branch you could just go science or not science,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Obviously, no numbers for me. So I didn't go to the science branch because the maths that are taught are very different. So you have like more complex maths in the science branch, then you have physics, chemistry, biology, and all of those subjects.
Mhm.
And then you have like more simpler.
Mm.
I've not used anything that I've learned in
Yeah.
my life,
Mhm.
in my current life, to do any calculations. To that. And then you had economics and art history. You could just select a language or whatever. But we had to do like the main ones that was like
Yeah.
history, maths, Spanish, like, what you have English, like Spanish
Yeah.
literature
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Mhm.
English. And then you could select from the other subjects that you've done, you have to select two that
Right.
you were just doing your final exams on. But that
Yeah.
was
That
never
sounds
one of them.
intense. I had a jolly old time.
Oh, that would have been amazing. Like drama. I wanted to be an actress. I would have loved to do that. And instead I had to do maths. What is the
Yeah. So
fun
I
of that?
think
That's unfair.
I don't know if it's the same ever because remember I mentioned I went to a performing arts secondary school.
Huh?
So that was my. I don't know how many. I think there's those sorts of A levels in most schools though,
Yeah, we
but
didn't
I
even have
obviously
that
had a lot of
option.
choice. Yeah,
We didn't have
yeah,
the option of performing nothing.
yeah.
It was like
But
performing you?
did you
Ew.
have to do A levels? What time? When could you leave school? What age could you leave school?
18.
Yeah, so we could leave school at 16.
Mm.
So all you had to get at school was your GCSEs. And in your GCSEs, you had to do science, English, maths. You
Mhm,
had to do all those core
mhm.
subjects.
Okay.
But then once you'd done your GCSEs, you can choose to leave. Like a lot of people
I
then
see.
leave, and it's
Mhm.
you opt in if you want to go to either sixth form or college where you do your A
Oh,
levels.
yeah.
I believe it's changed now, actually, thinking about it. I'm pretty sure in the UK now you have to stay to it till 18, which was not a thing.
Mhm. Oh,
And
yeah,
I'd
it's not
need
like
to
that
check
was a
that,
thing
but
that
I
they
think
wanted
that's
to
true.
change.
Yeah, yeah,
And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I agree, that's good."
yeah,
But again, I think there are things that need changing
yeah, yeah,
in everywhere in the world, because there are certain things that you learn at school that are for absolutely nothing. And I
yeah,
think
yeah,
they should teach, yes, economics, that should be part of it, like how mortgages work, for example.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um, pretend that you need to pay bills and stuff. Like, how do you do it?
yeah,
How do
yeah.
you
We never did
how do you
that.
budget? How do
Mm,
you, like, main skills that if you decide not to go to university and you just want to go
yeah.
work or whatever. And it's not like university gives you much, just for everybody listening.
No, it
It's
doesn't
not
teach
it's
you
not
that either.
necessary. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
needed.
yeah,
But yeah, there are certain skills that I think that should be taught at school,
yeah.
to be able to survive better, because then we know how to, like, especially like the whole budgeting and money side of things. I think
Mhm.
it's very important, because
Yeah,
we've evolved into a very consumerism type of society,
yeah,
that we need that type of
yeah.
education on how to
Mhm.
manage our money, how mortgages work, how taxes work,
Yeah,
like all of those things. Like, think about your future when you're old, start putting money into your pension as
yeah,
soon as you
yeah,
can.
yeah.
Those type of things.
And it's making them feel able to, like, start a business when they leave school if they
Yes,
want.
exactly.
Like, those skills that, like, a lot of people don't have ideas for a business and, but they don't think they're like, "Oh, I don't know how to do that," and it
Yeah.
scares them, they don't feel capable of doing it, which is why they don't do
Mhm.
it. Um, and I think if I'd have been given skills like that at school, I probably would have done something like that sooner in my life because
Yeah.
I always had, like, the
Yeah.
enthusiasm to do something like
Yeah.
that, and I'd always, like, have ideas, but I would always feel like, "Oh, I can't do
Yeah.
that."
Yeah.
So I think, like, those kind of skills, definitely, and like you say, in the world of being, like, bombarded with influencers, doing hauls after haul of clothing and random stuff for your house, you
Mhm.
can see how a lot of them will fall into the trap of, like, getting their first job and then going and trying
Yeah.
to live like that. That's not
Yeah.
actually realistic,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
things that teach them, like, what is realistic way to like, a
Absolutely.
realistic way to spend your money.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, and again, I think like that's a really good example, like I think like the school system, at least in our day, again, I don't really know much about exactly
Mhm,
everything that is going on right now for like, what Mila is going to be doing in a couple
mhm.
of years now from
Yeah.
now. But I think it was very directed towards corporate life. So, like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
finish, you do your
Mhm.
university degree or whatever, and then you're going to go work on a company. So there are
Yeah,
things that
yeah.
you don't know,
Yeah.
or, like whatever. When you get there, they'll teach you.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah.
find out and they'll teach you. But there are things like, you know, knowing how to work out revenue for a
Mhm.
company and things like that.
Yeah.
How to use Excel, how to
Yeah.
do certain things is very important because as you said, like, what if I want to be an entrepreneur and I want
Yeah.
to do my own business? Why
Yeah.
can I not already leave school with basic knowledge that then I
Yeah.
can,
Yeah.
expand?
Yeah, so at least they feel like they can.
Yeah.
I I do think so I've always had a bit of, like, thing with schools, but I think schools
Mhm.
are important. I think they teach you important skills,
Yeah.
and I also think it's very good to be socialized from a young age, so I
Oh,
do
yeah.
believe in
Absolutely.
school from that
Yeah.
perspective. However,
Yeah.
I don't like the f I'm not a fan of the fact that schools, to me, try and make everybody the same from
Mm.
where they don't recognize differences in
Yeah.
people. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know, maybe it's different now, but I feel like there was, especially when we was at school, there was
Mhm.
certain types of jobs there were only a certain type of job, like you say, like the corporate type jobs,
Mhm.
the steady jobs the kind that our parents did, that they sort of
Mhm.
like that's kind of what was pushed, that you would just leave and you would go and work for somebody, and that
Yeah.
was that. And if you weren't good at particular subjects, like I know people that were made to feel like they weren't capable of much because if
Oh,
they
yeah, you're
struggled
just
with
gonna be
certain
a plumber because
subjects,
you don't know how to
yes,
do this. Yeah.
yeah, where they're actually people that are like hugely talented in different
Yeah.
areas and stuff like that. And I feel like it might be better now. I imagine it probably is. I don't know. I don't like my thoughts are that it's probably a bit different than
Yeah.
when we were at
Hopefully.
school. But
Hopefully.
I feel like there's something to be said about nurturing someone's interests and the things that they're good at and building them up in that way. Yes, we all need to have a base knowledge of lots of different subjects. So I think it's
Mhm.
good that we all learn
Yeah.
some knowledge of different subjects, but also teaching people that it's okay to want to do something different than like the
Yeah. Yeah.
expected
Absolutely.
job. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because you're right, like, they make you feel like people that were not good at it, or they were like, "Oh, I don't know if I wanna study anything. I don't know if I wanna go to university." It's like, "Oh, so you're gonna be, yeah, a plumber, a mechanic, or whatever." And I'm just thinking like, "Who's laughing now?" Because
Yeah,
those
no, this is
jobs cannot be taken by AI, so
they
they
do.
are winning.
And also they make a bloody good money.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
always remember at school, it made it sound like those kind of jobs were like,
They
"Oh,
were
you do those
terrible.
if
Yeah.
you can't
For the
do
losers.
these, then you go and
Yeah.
do that." Like, I remember
Yeah.
it being quite like that, and I think I'm maybe earlier on, like, I'm so
Mhm.
happy with where I ended up now, so I wouldn't change any of it. But
Mhm.
I think earlier on, if I'd have known, I'd have made different
Yes.
choices because I would
Absolutely.
have,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. No,
even when I left
absolutely.
my A levels, because I did performing arts, I thought about my plan would have been to go to like a theatre school or a dance school somewhere.
Mhm.
And then right towards the end, I basically changed my mind and thought like,
Mm.
that isn't what I want to do. I want to go to uni and do something else.
Yeah.
Which is why I ended up the route that I was. But people can do creative fields and, like, open really successful theatre schools, and they
Yeah,
do really well, and they can still be really successful in
absolutely.
that, but those kind of things aren't talked about
Yeah.
or
No,
encouraged at
absolutely.
all.
You
Yeah.
know what what I was just thinking? I mean, this is again, we're derailing, but I had to say it. So you were gonna be that small town girl going to the big city and
Yeah,
study,
I
like,
was.
and
Oh, and
just fall in love and just be a star.
but the funniest thing is now, like, the last thing I wanna do is be in a big city, like, I keep saying,
I
like,
know.
like, well, that's just not me. It never would it just wouldn't have
Oh,
been.
God.
I remember I auditioned for the X Factor, I told you that
Oh, yeah, yeah, you
before.
said, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I auditioned for Skins. I w my life could have been so different, I'm so glad it didn't
Yeah,
turn out that way.
we might have never met. Who knows?
I'm
Who
so
knows?
happy with my little country life.
I was literally thinking about that, like, watching the Christmas movies. I was like, "Oh, I would love to live
Yeah.
in one of these little towns."
Yeah, yeah. You can buy my
Um,
house.
but, like, it's just like, yeah, really interesting how hopefully things are changing now from, like, input obviously from that, but, like, why weren't we never taught politics, like proper politics,
Yeah,
right? We
yeah,
were just taught about the history, like this person was in
yeah.
power, then this person was in power, and this is what they did, and blah 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 blah. But never explaining, like, why we have this many,
That is so
f
true. Yeah.
like how, like,
Yeah.
so people, when they need to vote, because when they
Yeah, I knew
finish
nothing about political
school, they
parties.
need to
Yeah.
vote. They
Mhm.
made informed decisions, and they don't
Yeah, yeah.
let themselves be in, like, whatever the news says, because
Yeah,
we know that
yeah.
news channels, there is always like a
Mhm.
news channel that is more on one side and the other one is on the other. So
Yeah.
obviously the it's just gonna be different, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, and how important it is to make informed decisions and known
Yeah.
about politics, and how
Yeah.
is that going to impact the whole country, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But we never get taught that. Why? It's because they wanted to control us somehow?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And it's another life skill. I feel like we talk about it a lot at the university level when they're doing their stuff. Like critical thinking skills are just so important. That's just another
Yeah.
thing that they like not believing everything you read. Like if you read something within a certain news outlet, I feel like nowadays it's more important than ever that
Yes.
people have critical they can think for themselves and form their own opinion and not just absorb and believe everything that they see and read,
Yeah.
especially with social media. So I think
Mhm.
they should be teaching from a young age to be able to think for yourself and
Yes.
to research and fact check,
Mhm.
especially in the age of AI, because they're all going to be using
Yes.
AI, and AI is not
Yeah.
always right.
Yeah,
So
because AI right now, they
yeah,
they can just completely change
yeah,
someone's speech onto
yeah,
something else and just
yeah,
make it
yeah,
sound real.
yeah,
So yeah, it's very important that those things are taught,
yeah.
because I believe that for many different uh traits and, jobs, there are things that are like going to uni is not needed.
Hmm.
I think obviously if you're going to be a doctor, if you're going to be a lawyer, if you're going to be, you need to, because there are certain things that you need to
Yeah,
learn, and there are certain things that you need to, like, practice and stuff. But there are, like, many of the other type of work you can really learn on the job. But, like, what the education that we get at school, I think that's where we need to go into, like, more open-minded and less strict on what they're
yeah,
teaching
yeah,
us. Because
yeah.
to me, for example, I don't know if you had anything like that probably no. But I'm just saying it. In Spanish literature, right? Like, we're learning Spanish. We had to get a sentence, right? And then we had to say, this is the object, this is the subject, this
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
why is that important?
yeah,
Right? Like,
yeah,
why do I need to
yeah,
know how to analyze a sentence? If I
yeah,
already
yeah,
know how to speak, I know how to write. Why
yeah,
is that important? Teach me, I don't know,
yeah,
something else. Teach me
yeah,
another language. We need
yeah,
that,
yeah, yeah.
Like, I understand learning to write, learning to read, and all of that up to a
Mhm.
certain age, because, like, after a
Yeah,
certain age, you kind
yeah,
of, like,
yeah.
know more or less. Then,
Mhm.
like, make kids want to read, so they are like constantly learning about like new ways of expressing themselves and all of that. But maybe in those classes, why don't you teach like public speaking, how to
Yeah.
express themselves, how
Yeah.
to do interviews, how to do like all of those skills instead of like analyze a
Yeah.
sentence.
Yeah.
I've never used that in my
Yeah.
life.
Well, this is the thing, like, I've actually said to somebody recently, I think the fact that I went to theatre school as my hobby from young until I
Okay.
was from probably when I was about 9 or 10 until I was 18, so for quite a long time,
Okay.
I attribute a lot of the things that I've done to that
Those skills that you
more
learn.
than yeah, it's life skills, it's like interpersonal skills, it's your
Yeah.
personal, skill set. I do
Yeah.
think that's lacking in schools because if anything, like, that is what gives you the edge and helps you if you are in a competitive job market and you're having to do
Yes.
interviews or you're having to show certain
Yeah.
skills to even if you and that person have the same knowledge, having the edge in with some sort of personal skill that
Mhm.
you're able to do is
Yeah.
helpful,
Yeah.
and it just helps with life. Like, you're gonna
Absolutely.
be put in situations where you have to walk into rooms that aren't particularly comfortable, where you're nervous, where you like might be intimidated, and you have to be able to put that
Yeah. Yeah.
confidence out. There's just a lot of life skills that I think,
Yeah.
especially now that I mean AI and all of that means that a lot of jobs can be done through AI. So
Mhm.
it's more about your skills as a person because
Yeah.
then you will
What are the
be
value you bring?
yeah, yes,
Mhm.
because they will need people to be able to understand how to use the AI to generate the
Yes.
content that we
Yeah.
need, but it's more about who you are as a person that's gonna
Yeah.
help, so I think they need to focus on that more in schools, and that's why I think taking away individuality is not a good thing, because
Yeah.
that is what makes you different from everybody else.
Yeah. Because for example, like the training that we go through in pageantry to
Yeah,
prepare for interview.
yeah,
I think that and I
that's
know
really
everyone's
helpful.
like, I think
Yeah,
that should be taught at school because you are
yeah,
like it shows you how to think fast, first of all,
mhm,
and also
yeah,
how to express an idea
yeah,
in a oh, 1 second. How to express an idea in a concise
yeah,
way
mhm,
and get your message across without
yeah,
going like
yeah,
round and round and round and making the
yeah,
other person bored and asleep.
yeah,
It shows you how to be able to defend a point of view, for example,
yeah,
without
mhm,
sounding defensive.
yeah, yeah,
And those are like life skills that you're gonna need
yeah.
in general in your life,
Yeah,
to be a
definitely. Mhm.
civilized society, because sometimes some people lack those type of skills. But then
Yeah.
also in any type of job is always going to be a skill that is just gonna be very
Yeah.
beneficial.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think the fact that I've done that also, it helps me in my day-to-day life. It's not until
Uh-huh.
I sit and, like, reflect on it that I think, "Oh, actually, a lot of the reasons I am the way I am is because of these things I've done,"
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know, and they
exactly.
do help.
And yeah. And
Yeah.
then as well, you know, biology. Teach us proper things.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah.
you have
Yeah.
ovaries, you have fallopian tubes, you have this, but don't teach us how it works. Teach
Yeah,
us
yeah.
properly so we are
Yeah.
informed when we are, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And it's the way they teach, like, I remember there was all the campaigns when I was young that were like, 5 fruit veg a day and all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
But even I think it like understanding your health
nutrition.
in every aspect
Yeah.
is really important, including like nutrition. Like now, heart, like something that's important to me, heart health. You
Yeah.
know, just like things that at that age, like you maybe don't need to worry about. But if you start young and go through life do it, you know, like if they taught you to implement
Yeah.
little habits into your
Yeah.
daily life in terms of like light exercise, having the right portions of different types of food, all
Mhm.
of that kind of stuff. If you could like if they could encourage that more from a young age, then you're set for life because then you would just continue those habits through life.
Yeah.
I feel, and if you haven't, it's very hard to kick those bad habits and learn new ones when you're older.
Yes, I agree. And I know like we've been talking for a long time,
Yeah.
but there is one thing that I wanted to mention. And then sorry if you're hearing noises in the back. Shadow is having a sneeze attack, and I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna have cat stuff everywhere now. Shadow, are you okay? Okay. Um, but like one of the things that I don't know what you did in PE, right? But we had like our one of the exams that we had in PE when we were growing up until later on where we could select either dance or sports, and I said like, yeah, dance. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do anything else. But it was called the Cooper test, and we had to run I don't know how many minutes in laps,
Mm.
then do I don't know how many abs. We had to do a lot of things that I was like, this is so stupid. Like, why is that gonna be important for
Yeah.
me? Instead of
Yeah.
maybe teaching me how
Yeah.
to do certain exercises with the right form, how to
Yeah.
lift
Yeah.
weights, because we know now that lifting weights is important
Yeah.
for our health.
Yeah.
um, Maybe how to stretch properly so we didn't
Yeah.
have any
Yeah.
injuries,
Yeah. Yeah.
how to relax the body that we are gonna need when we grow up and we get into
Yeah. Yeah.
the world of,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
working world. I don't know, I
Yeah.
just felt like, why? Like, that's so
Yeah.
stupid, like, getting us to the extreme exhaustion, like, people were
Yeah.
fainting and
Yeah.
everything. For
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah. Yeah. We did the bleep test. I remember doing that where you
Okay.
have to run. We done the bleep test for you have to run and then by you have to get to the other wall by the time the beep goes off, and then you have to run to the other
Oh.
wall and
And what if
you
you
go
have
back
short
and forth.
legs? What about me?
Then you
Ah!
better move your legs faster.
Like the
But yeah,
Flintstones.
we did like, thinking back, I remember, like, rounders, step ball, cross country. But yeah, I think you know what, I'm pretty sure nowadays in school they do yoga and stuff.
Oh,
Like,
that's
even in
nice.
primary school now, they've
Oh, that's
started
good.
doing yoga already.
It's really good.
So I'm hoping, like, that they're a bit more
Yeah.
diverse. I remember we did the really traditional PE type stuff,
Yeah.
but I do think, yeah, there should be different styles of exercise
Mhm.
because that's the other thing as well. Because I did enjoy some sports, like I played netball and stuff when I was
Mhm.
younger, but then as I got older, I was like, "Oh, I don't know if I really enjoy sport and exercise." You kind of
Yeah.
like if you don't like those things,
Yeah.
unless they've shown you different like now, like
Yeah.
I'm going to Reformer Pilates and
Yeah.
I'm laid down for the majority of the exercise, but I'm
Yeah.
working all my muscles because I'm doing it with the resistance of the
Mhm.
reformer machine and stuff. And I love it. And it's
Yeah.
like if I'd have known that not every exercise that I did had to be like legging
Beautiful.
it around a field, then I
Yeah.
probably would have been like,
Yeah.
obviously I danced, so I did
Yeah.
dance for my
Yeah.
exercise for a long time, but then after that, it would have been nice to know, oh,
Yeah.
there's other forms of exercise that I could have continued that I enjoy.
But do you feel like people were classing dance as not exercise? Kind of like that is not really an exercise and a sport. Like, because I really remember like every PE class, it was like, okay, lay it on the mats. Come on, like hold
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
like your partner, hold your feet. Now I was gonna say cramps, but it's not cramps.
Crunch.
Crunches.
Crunches.
Crunches. Come on, let's do crunches. And I
Crumpets.
crumpets. Crumpets. Well, I will be doing loads of that, you know? Uh, but yeah, I ended up hating exercise.
Yeah, that's
And
what
then,
I
like,
mean.
you needed to
Yeah.
go to the gym and you're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna have to do crunches all the time.
Yeah,
I don't have
yeah.
to do all of this." And you
Yeah.
end up having PTSD from your
Yeah.
PE classes. That you don't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
want to exercise.
Yeah,
Instead of,
this
like,
is what I
making it
mean.
something
Yeah.
that might be enjoyable and explaining
Yeah.
the things that you can do and maybe
Yeah.
giving different options to different people. Like, what if
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
wanna do crunches? What if I just prefer to do a
Yeah.
plank? Well, let
Yeah,
me do a
yeah.
plank, for example. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. Mhm. And this is what I mean about, like, the individualism. I
Mhm.
understand it must be hard, I guess, if you've got classes of
Yeah.
students to be able to give everyone their options. And I do know things as you stu like, some things you have to do, but it's, like, understanding that everyone's individual, so we
Yeah.
shouldn't have to all do that sport just
Yeah.
because they're saying that that's the sport that's being
Yeah.
done. There should be other things that you can
Yeah.
do as
Yeah.
well.
And we don't all have the same abilities,
Yeah, yeah, and that's fine and good.
or
Like,
desires. I
don't
was like,
make
I was
people feel bad about themselves because they can't keep up with the activity you're making
exactly.
them do.
Yeah.
Let them do something they thrive at. Yeah.
Yeah. Like my goal was not having a six pack, so I was not like
Yeah.
training like crazy
Yeah.
outside of school at like
Yeah, yeah.
7 years old,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Let me dance the Spice Girls. I'll be
I
fine.
would have if I'd known it was gonna last for if it was gonna last for life.
I know,
That's when
yes,
I'd
of
have put in
course,
the
I
work.
mean, of
That's when I'd have
course.
put in the work.
Yeah. But we know nothing lasts forever. So it's pointless. But yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, I think we could talk about this forever,
Yes, we're gonna have to do a part 2 of
100%.
this.
At the end, we didn't do any retrospective on how we think the future would look like, but maybe we can do
Uh,
another episode
yes. Yeah.
about it.
Maybe it would be nice to get somebody on
Mhm.
who
Who is
is at
in the
school
teaching field now, maybe.
or at school or end of school or
Yeah,
in teaching and
yeah,
experiences what school life is like now.
yeah,
And then we can talk to them to find out more because I mean some of the things I'm guessing at some of the things that I think might be
yeah,
different now. So it'll be interesting to see what they say.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that is it from us then for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. We got our what we didn't mention at the beginning is we got
Oh,
our
yeah,
Spotify roundup thing, wrap up, it's called, isn't
yeah.
it? For the year. And we had some amazing things. So go to our Instagram and have a look. I was so happy
Yay!
when I was
I was
seeing
so
all of
happy
it.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was gonna be like, your listeners
Yeah.
are too. Like
Yeah.
you and I.
Yeah, but we're in
The only
like
one
a
listening.
top percentage of stuff on Spotify and everything. I was so happy with
I mean,
that.
when I saw
Yeah.
like the in the top 30 of the videos,
Yeah.
most watched videos,
Yeah.
I was like, "What?
Yeah, and our
What?"
watch time and everything was really good. So
Yeah,
thank you to everybody here who's making us go up on the all the stats, all the Spotify. And yeah, if anyone knows if anyone wants to nominate us for any podcast awards, if anyone
please.
knows of any things, like I feel like one of our goals for next year should be to get a
Yeah,
bit even more visibility and stuff for the podcast and get some awards and stuff under our belt. So if anyone knows any, wants to nominate us or anything, then please
yeah.
do or let us know. And we will speak to you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.